Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Sean Higgs coming at you here. Midday Money. Thursday, the 21st of September. Welcome on into the show. Hope all is well. Like, subscribe, ring the bell here. Put that notification bell on so you know we're live every day with Midday Money. But look, headlines, Sunday night, halftime of the Sunday night game. YouTube, winner free picks, Sean Higgs, picks and parlays, Twitter, Mr. Sean Higgs. Podcast, wherever you listen to your podcast, you can come find me. Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Amazon, Apple, whatever. I'm everywhere. Look at that. We are worldwide. Any hoot, let's get into a. Do I have a little mini rant today? Do I have anything to rant about? I don't know. I'm sure some will come to me. I have a sneeze brewing. I got that going on. So there's that. Twitter, the pics are posted. In the comment section, they're posted. In the chat, posted. On the screen, scrolling underneath. Let's get to the recap for yesterday. Not much recap. Had the Orioles. Didn't get there. We are 279, 331, 2186 in Major League Baseball. Again, little work to do to get us down to about a dime. I still think we can run off some baseball here, but I'm not racing to do MLB. I mean, maybe a couple games tomorrow. I'm thinking about, Mr. Numbers is like, oh, Padres still in. I'm like, they're done. So they've won 7 in a row. They're 4.5 back in a wild card. And I'm looking at their schedule. They got 3 versus St. Louis. Let's be honest. Should you sweep St. Louis? 2 out of 3. I mean, the way they're playing now, and I said this when they were playing the Dodgers, I said this is where they're going to win some games. They're totally out of it. They'll go on a run here. Can they win 16 in a row? 3 against Seattle. 3 versus St. Louis, 3 at San Fran, 3 at the White Sox. Difficult, yes. Let's be honest here. You got 3 here home against St. Louis. You get there, and then you're at 6 on the road, San Fran and the White Sox, and San Fran's ahead of you. But would you take a little plus money on San Diego to possibly make the playoffs right now? I don't know. Maybe worth a shot there in baseball. Maybe worth a shot. That really had nothing to do with a recap of baseball, but just that, as the season comes to an end. I mean, the A's have dropped 7 in a row. Here come Toronto winning 5 straight. Yanks have lost 3 in a row. I'm not racing to bet crazy numbers here. Tampa Bay lane 280, whatever. Today's picks. It's football. Thursday football. That's what it says here, right? It says MLB picks, NFL, college football. Let's go. NFL. We'll start there. Team total over 27.5 here for Frisco for me. 3-3 minus $20 in the video. College foots 12-9 plus 190. Georgia State tonight. And then as we look towards the weekend tomorrow, we got Purdue at a +6. Air Force minus a 4.5. Again, these lines are posted. I think the Air Force line, did it move? If it moves, it moves. I put it up at the time of day when we use them. Much like Teaser Tuesday. We talk about, Teaser Tuesday picks. Vikings +9, Titans 13.5, Seattle +3.5. College, Florida State +5, Texas Tech +1, Oregon -14. The NFL teaser is a 9-point teaser from BetMGM -115. College is a 7-point tease +130 from Caesars, Will Hill. Comment time today. Oh, I'll be on this afternoon with my guy Kiev and Oddsbreaker. Maybe Kyle Hunter will be on the show too as well with Kiev. You can find that. That'll be on Twitter, probably on their YouTube also. I think that's BetUS does that. I'm not sure, but we'll be talking Oddsbreaker with my guy Kiev. You should jump on with them guys a couple times a year between that college hoops. Dave says best bet today is over Georgia State and Coastal Carolina. I mean, I don't hate this one here, Dave. I mean, not the greatest number. It's moved a little bit, but I could see points. Sure. I mean, what was this opener at? 60. Open at 60. 60 and a half even. So a little bit late to the party, but that's what happens when we bet Thursday night or Thursday afternoon on a Thursday game. T-Money's in the house. Hello, my brother. Boring Thursday. Yeah, you got a little Coastal Georgia State and a game that could very well be a big, ugly blowout. And it could be an ugly blowout, 23-0. It could be an ugly blowout, 44-10. May says Tampa Bay run line, St. Louis. Let's talk about Eflin right here on the hill. So Eflin versus the Angels. Angels, did they steal a win? Finally got a win yesterday? St. Louis under against the Brew Crew. I mean, I don't hate that. I mean, again, I'm looking to just be on the Brewers. I'm not looking to bet St. Louis. Again, have not bet any baseball today. Took a loser yesterday. I should have stuck to my guns and just fired again after a sweep on Wednesday, but I did not. End up taking a loss with the O's late. What are you going to do? Orioles under. I really don't hate that one there, Miz. I don't hate that under for the Orioles here. Rodriguez pitched well, and it's Cleveland. Yankees under. Barrios and Cole. I don't hate it. You know, Cole's going to be solid. And Toronto, as much as they're on a nice little run here, they can be stymied. And the Yankee bats, well, they're the Yankee bats. That's why they're a game ahead of Red Sox for last place. Philly over. Peterson and Suarez. I could do the over here. I could do the over. Yes. T-Money says, went 1-0 with those Jays. Yanks, I assume, bounce back today. My biggest regret of the week is not taking the over in the Pirates money line or game versus the Cubbies. Well, the over is one thing. I mean, do you really want to run and bet on the Pirates? I mean, I don't know if that's the best, but Cubs dropped a couple of Oviedo on the hill today. Hey, you know, if you think the Cubs aren't going to do it, here the problem with that is T-Money. Like, oh, I should have bet the Cubs yesterday. But are you fading the Cubs? Are you fading Seattle? Like, I mean, here comes to the, like I say about like picking and choosing spots to fade. You're either all in on like, I think teams are going to win. Like the O's are minus 180. Do I lay 180 with the O's today? I don't want to lay 180 with the O's. Like I don't want to lay 160 with Philly or 270 with Tampa or, you know, but if you're doing stuff like that, like Milwaukee minus 110, would you play? Toronto has a little dog. Yes. You know, it's, you know, do you play the Tigers today because the A's have dropped 7 straight? Detroit's at 180. I just I said yesterday I was with Detroit Lenny. Let me put the picks up here as I do a little mini thing. We'll get to the comments again. And Jose Serna pops in. He's on the P&P channel a lot. He's like, "Oh, your baseball stinks." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm having a losing year in baseball. I'll have a losing year. I don't win in all sports every single season. It's tough to win like 2 out of 3 between NFL, college, and baseball. Or I mean, let's add them all up: NBA, college hoops." And I was saying to Lenny, or he had brought up like, "Oh, last year he was good in one sport and not good in the other." I said, and I say this now: when you're doing well in one sport, you kind of not really get into. Like, I'm not really going to jump into hockey and NBA in September, October with baseball. But put to the point of this baseball here, I'm not going to run to bet games to try to get even. I'm down, I don't know, about a dime for myself on the season. And that's it. It's what I'm not going to, I got to get even. Not going to do that. Bet just to bet. Although I did say, now last year in baseball, I think we were 211 and 209 in our baseball picks for, and I think we were plus 3,000, I believe. Yeah. 211, 209 plus 3220. we have well over 200 more plays this year. I think, and I say this all the time, like going forward, I have to switch up how we do the picks. Like I know people like I got the team total here. Sometimes it's a first half bets, like NBA, this or that. I think I got to stick to like I say, a kind of little rhyme or rhythm, rhyme and reason to show. Like we're gonna have three baseball, three college hoops, maybe an NBA, maybe a hockey. I can't just have like eight bets because I try to give out plays that I have on the sites. Like I don't just put a random game in here that I'm not betting. Uh, but it's ever changing. It's ever changing. That's a long-winded thing there about baseball, but the point is that if I have losing season like I'm having right now, I'm not going to force something just to say, look at this. I got up and keep burying myself. Baseball wasn't kind of last 2 months. It happens. I move on. I don't know. That's my little soliloquy. T-Money. I stared at the game for an hour or so. Hey. Higgs, my guy, how you doing? Not too bad, King D. Hanging in there. Hanging in there. I'm not fat, says Georgia State. Coastal Carolina over the 63. Again, like I told Dave, man, you're in a little late to the number. I sometimes getting down early, if you think things will go over, especially college, like bet this game on a Monday if you think it's gonna go over. The public's gonna come in and pound the over anyway because it's on TV. 3 points already moved. Here we go, another over. Here we go. 3 for 3 on the over this Coastal game here. Orioles run line, only way to bet it. Laying 180. Phillies. I can do an over in that Philly game as well. Dodgers in the under. Harrison and Sheenan. Oh, I mean, I don't hate it. San Fran. What do they have going for them right now? Although they're only 3.5 back, they're still sort of fighting. I didn't say I'd rather do the over there. And you like the under in the Niners game, 40. What is that? 44.5. Could have sworn I wrote it down somewhere. Wow, that's bizarre. Where did I write it down? I know I wrote down the Coastal game. Here we go. Oh, it's on of course, it's on the thing from 3 days ago, not on today's sheet. Yeah, Coastal Niners 10.5, 44. The Niners is a tricky spot simply because are they winning 30-0? Are they winning 37-14, 34-13? I think the Giants forget about that game versus Arizona. T-Money. I may not be selling or betting heavy on Marshall minus 6.5 at plus money for my peeps to smack up the Hokies Saturday. Marshall. Let's see. The line has come down, so I don't know. To me, that would be a Virginia Tech play. Opened at 7.5, down to 5. You got the best number because the line's come down 2 points. Anthony Lockridge likes the Cowboys this week. I like the Cowboys as well. I mean, the end of this Arizona in the fourth quarter. Not that I think teams are throwing in a towel and tanking a week 2. What is that about? The Dallas has the Patriots on deck at home. But honestly, I really don't think we've seen what Dallas's offense is yet. You played a tough Jets defense, and you played a game against the Giants, not the best kind of weather. So where is the Cowboy offense? New coordinator? How are they going to perform? I think this is a big game for them. I don't think they could just kind of sleepwalk through it. And, and even next week, I think they're 7.5 point faves against the Patriots. And of course, 7.5, I'm going to take a favorite in that spot always. But how is this game close? You don't think they're going to force some turnovers in this one? I agree with you, Anthony. Lay the points. But now Markel's in the house. Nick says he's hit the like button. Thanks for hitting the like button. J Rock likes Coastal today. I mean, I'm not shocked people taking Coastal in the over. I'm you see me? I got the other side here. I got Georgia State. T Money showing you bash me. Now I see what I'm saying, my man. I love it. Hold on. I bashed you. What I bash you with what? Hold on a second. The Padres? I bashed you with the Padres? Is that what we're talking about? Take it easy, T Money. Bill McDonald. Sean, do you like the over in Coastal game? There should be points. I mean, if I was going to do the over, I would have bet it. I didn't bet it, and now it's moved 3 points. I don't want to get the worst of the number. I do think there's going to be points in this game, though. Yes. Brian did ask morning. Really liking the Tigers run line 10. Only way to bet that with Scooble. I mean, you can't lay 180 with the Tigers. I don't care how bad the A's are. 180. Tigers laying 180. I mean, let's just sit back and look at a team that is 10 games under 500 laying 180. And it's the Tigers. It's not like a team like the Padres that people still think they're good, or the Yankees, you know. Nick says, your Orioles stink. I mean, they're not my Orioles, bro. What are you talking about? I mean, had money line yesterday, 1-5, lost 3. So, did you have the Orioles the day before when they won? I don't know what to tell you, Nick. 5-3, but one big and doggy Tiger play. Today, me on Brewers. All right, I like the Brew Crew. Under, sure. Against St. Louis, I guess. I mean, Miklos is not a guy I want to go under with, but I understand. Under Rays and under Orioles. I could listen. Orioles playing Cleveland. I'm always for going under Cleveland games. Not a problem. And who's the under Rays? I don't know about that. I mean, the Angels to me, although they're trying out a terrible lineup, they did finally get a win. I don't hate it. Team Money, Padres manager said and keeps saying they have their eyes on the playoffs, and they're playing like it. We'll see. I mean, to me, it's a little too little, too late. Team Money, like you wait to the last. I mean, you said this. There was like 20 games left. I'm like, now they're gonna go on a run, and maybe they have St. Louis coming up. They're at 7 in a row with St. Louis on deck. So can they have 10 in a row? Sure. I mean, I think they should. They're a better team than I mean, St. Louis is St. Louis. The problem is you have to still you're what, 6 back in a wild card? You've won 7 in a row and you're still 6 back. You got San Fran ahead of you. That's fine. You can leapfrog. Cincy, Miami look like they're spinning their wheels. Cubbies, same thing. You know, Cubbies and Arizona are basically tied for the second wild card position. I mean, the Padres have 9 games left. My thing is I shouldn't even get to this point. Like, I mean, you're going to win garbage games. Like I said, Team Money, they're going to go on a little run here. Say they finish like a game back in a wild card. Be like, look at this. If coulda, woulda, shoulda. It's mid-September. You're facing teams that have all but given up. They've all but given up. So you wasted the entire time instead of being maybe the top seed. You're going to come in a one-game playoff. Like what? I mean, it's false hope. Snell's leaving. I mean, Hader's going to leave. What are we doing here? J Rock with some soccer. Salah goal plus 110. James Ward Prowse goal plus 125. Reigns, both team to score minus 125. And Brighton, both team to score minus 110. Roma game over 2.5 for soccer from our guy J Rock. Lock it up with the king. Higgs, you hear the news? Michigan State football coach. I mean, what's the news? He wasn't there last week. They suspended him. I mean, what happened since then? What happened? What happened? Let me go to Twitter. I'm back. That's what happened. And I go to look at something live. I don't know, King D. Let me know what happened, because if you're just coming to the party about him getting suspended or whatever, that happened like 2 weeks ago. I hope there's something else and you're just not this behind in the times here. Tongue tied. Brew Crew cards under. Yes, and Eileen Brewer's there. Nick, cards under for me today. Yep, I agree with that. Aaron, how's it going, Higgs? A lot of public's on the under tonight for the New York versus San Francisco. I was thinking over. Yeah, I would lean over here. I mean, the Giant defense, not that good. Stanford defense gave up some points. It's a short week, as bad as the Giants are. I shouldn't say that. You play the Cowboys, you look bad. He had a terrible first half versus Arizona. You lose Barkley, whatever. I mean, I think running backs, again, could be replaced. I would lean over on a short week here, especially with a San Fran team that could score. Brewers money line again, yes. J Rock says CMAC 100 rushing yards plus 185, high anytime TD plus. CMC's 100 yards is plus 185. I mean, he could bust. I mean, he could get that on 3 runs. He could bust one for like 65. T money. I had Sean. I had forgot I had leaned the Brewers last night, but I'll pass on that trash. Yeah, Brew Crew. I mean, I don't mind taking a Brew Crew again here. Todd. Good afternoon, Sean and the peeps. Rays run line with Eflin in the over. Again, if I'm doing Rays, it's got to be a run line. Milwaukee money line I like. Toronto money line I kind of like there. Yanks just stink. Probably passing on football tank. Going away until tomorrow and Saturday. No harm in passing if you don't like something, Todd. Michael, good morning. J-Rock says Dingers, Bo Bichette plus 725 and Bryce Harper. How's Bo Bichette's numbers versus he's got good numbers versus Cole, I'm guessing, by you throwing out, take a Bichette prop. I mean, Bryce Harper, always worth a shot in my eyes, plus $5. Let's see how Bo Bichette is versus Cole. Let's see if that pops up for me. Desmond's in the house. What do you say? Bo Bichette is. Good morning, sports fan. J-Rock. Bo Bichette, 36 at-bats. I think he has 2 hits. He's batting 194. Granted, it is a home run, so I guess he's due. He's due for a home run here. He'll go 2 for 37. Now, definitely not where I want to be with that. I mean, guy's hitting 194 versus a guy. Better off taking a Judge homer. 2 home runs at 22 at-bats, 360 average. No thank you to that Bo Bichette. 725. I wouldn't take it at plus a dime. I don't think it's worth it. Michael, good night, Diamondbacks. Run line, cash. Phillies money line got there, but the Cubbies got crushed. Yes, they did. Nick says, SA Braves over was never in doubt. The old never in doubter. T-Money, it was because Keller had been pitching well. So, I understand I'm coming in. Okay, Keller's pitching well. Had you seen Justin Steele pitch at all this season? Where he's given up more than 3 runs like once? Like, that's just, I'm not looking for a guy to come in and have his one bad angle of the year. Like that, Keller's pitching well. Why don't you have the under there? I mean, that's, come on. Army at Syracuse minus the 14. I would take Army. Jesse's in the house. I know a guy who doesn't mind taking the and paying the big price. Yeah. And not me. I'm not laying. No way I'm laying 190, Jess. Can't do it. Miz Snell. He's basically got it locked up now. Steele wet the bed big time. Strider had the loss. So, I mean, Snell should wrap it up. Michael B. Tonight, Dodgers run line Giants are done. You think the Giants are done? They're only 3 out of the wild card, Mike. Jays money line. I know it's cool with Jays. Have won 5 in a row plus money. I agree with that. Giants over. Yes, Giants can't stop anyone. Waiting for the highlight. You like how I tweet out highlight? Phillies team total over. I'm not fat. Bill McDonald. Kittle, anytime TD plus 160. I don't hate that. Sure. Just show. I told you the price would go up. McCaffrey minus 275 tonight. Anytime inflation. Yeah. Holy cow. Although I do like someone posted to take a CMC 100 rushing yards at plus 185. I think that's a safe bet too, Jess, because I don't want to do a 275. Corey Jones, my guy, first comment ever in midday money. Checking in, lean towards Georgia State plus points. That's why you're my number one fan, Corey, because I like Georgia State too. Got it here in the chat. Under Georgia State and the under plus the points there. So you like the dog and the under on Thursday college football. Giant under tonight. And you like Mikolos in baseball. Fading the Brew Crew, I guess. Richard, good morning. Titans money line. There you go. Hopefully you got the Titans at a plus 4.5. Not sure what the new line is here in the NFL. And I talked about this on midday money. It's actually, or I'm looking at line. It's only 3.5, which is odd. I understand people are going to come in and bet Cleveland thinking, okay, they should have won. A couple defensive touchdowns there were the difference there. Watson to me still has not looked sharp. Yes, they have a good defense. Tennessee always plays a physical game. So Cleveland on a short week, tough loss. Ravens on deck for them to boot. And a Tennessee team that always kind of plays ugly, tough games and always seem to be in it. I'm with you on Tennessee. Brian says Niners -4 and under 50.5 in a teaser. See, the teaser part, the way the Giants looked last week, I mean, and let's be honest, San Fran didn't look all that great either. But would you be shocked if Niners put up like 40 tonight? I mean, just on some turnovers or somebody busting a big play on both sides. I'd rather tease that down and go over like a 30 something or 40. I mean, what was that, 6-point tease? J-Rock, Arizona Cardinals losing on purpose. I mean, it was a joke. Nick says, just don't hit it. You got to smash the like button. T-Money says, yeah, Sean, about the Padres. You did it. It's not personal. It's all love. But you did, man. No big deal. But I told you on Twitter, I've been reading the manager's quotes in the newspaper. I understand they're trying. But we brought up, they had 20 games to play. Now there is 10 left. 10 left, and you're 4.5 out. That's a lot of leapfrogging. And my point was that, well, you're winning against teams that, I mean, all right, you're ready to play ball now. And I guess the guys are hitting a little bit. Again, I don't have the numbers in front of me. Padres, you have 3 versus St. Louis starting tomorrow at home. You should beat them. Let's be honest. You beat them. That's 10 straight. Then you have the White Sox. Michael B., San Fran guy, says it's over for San Fran. And they're only 3 back. So, and then you got the White Sox for 3. Or you're in Chicago for the White Sox, who have all but quit. I mean, it is possible you could go into the playoffs on a 16-game winning streak. Will I be shocked? Yeah, I guess I'd be a little shocked. I mean, 16 in a row is tough. But it lined up good for them who they got to play. And again, you need a lot of people to fail ahead of them, too. Todd says, let's take Georgia State +6 in the money line. I think they can win an hour. Hey, listen, if you're getting 6.5, I think you're in it. I mean, anything under 10, I think you're a turnover away from a outright win. Gio's in the house. Not meant to curse. It happens cursing in here. It's all right. I don't read out the curse words. T-Money. It's too late, but it shows what kind of team they are. Here, what kind of team? We thought they were a really good team. They just played like garbage for the first 6 months of the season, T-Money. I mean, come on. I don't think they need a manager. I think they need guys who could hit. You have none of your guys hit this year. Do we have to? I guess I'm going to have to bring up their averages and how they. And again, a straight up batting average is not a end all be all, especially in the world of ridiculousness that's baseball now. Or like, you look at the wins don't matter for pitchers. It's the analytic kind of stuff. Well, if no one's hitting, runs aren't scored, nobody's on base, you got to. So I don't think that when you have. Why isn't my MLB not loading here? Always trashy MLB. Could never get MLB. MLB always spinning. I can't get to the standings page. Whatever. Eventually it'll come on. Who do you have as the best team in college football right now? I don't know. Based on teams who everybody's have played. Is it wrong? I want to say Texas. Maybe USA. I don't think you can make it this. I mean, people are going to throw out there Georgia's and their Michigans or whoever, I don't know. I think be Texas or USC for me. Federated coordinators out to the Bears. Yeah, I saw that. Maybe I think computer needs to clean up. No, that's not it. It's because when for StreamYard on a live show, Aaron, when you go, if I go onto another channel that has live videos playing, it does something. So whatever. So whenever if I'm on ESPN, MLB, whatever, any kind of video running, Twitter, if I'm scrolling, there's a video, it just messes up the live. Because I did that yesterday. I was like, you know what? Why am I having a problem when I was doing the show with Jesse and Ross, and I just did a quick little restart. It was fine. So, Jared Fields has him swatted. Fields is trash. Bears. I think Kansas City wins and I didn't even bet Kansas City, and I think this line's probably going to be like a 15 by game time. I think this game's going to be like 44 to 14 or something. I think it's a monster win for Kansas City. Jesse, I think dude is right. Michigan State's a fade rest season. I think they lost the team after doing the coach dirty. Well, yeah, I mean, but that was last week too. They got run out of the building by Penix. I mean, the whole thing is just wrong. I mean, again, I'm not looking to get into a phone call with a woman and saying that kind of stuff, but come on. Eric Higgs, how the heck is Fields throwing anyone on the bus? Look at the mirror. Yeah, it's the coaching. Well, you know what? That's part of the problem, though, too, Eric. You have a guy, and he can't throw. I mean, this isn't, let's be honest, he can't throw. Let him run. You have no design plays for the guy. How did I crush Richardson in here all August? I was like, this team might be winless this year with this guy behind center. And yet they let him do his thing, and he looks like he can win some games in the NFL. Come on. T-Money, I'm not taking a 7.5 in the Cubs-Pirates game, Sean. I can't do that. Come on. It was over or Pirates or nothing. I could have pulled the trigger, but I could still had. I mean, if you're taking a 7.5 in a Pirate game where Pirate season's over, Justin Steele, go to his numbers, T-Money, please. I mean, I've been talking about Justin Steele for 2 years in this chat. And Keller has pitched better. I mean, I wouldn't go think about taking under because I think Keller is hitting the wall and having, a bad back end of his season. So I wouldn't have gone. I mean, not doing that. I wasn't going to take the Pirates. I didn't take Steele yesterday, but I'm not running to take the Pirates in any situation. NFL teaser. I got the Titans +10, Dolphins -1. Should be safe. Eric says took Purdy to throw an INT for +$2. Wow. 2-1, Eric. I'm not going to say no to that. I mean, tip balls. We've seen plenty of tip balls in the NFL. Gio says Darius Slayton over 37.5 receiving yards, -10.5. Someone's got to get the ball, right? Especially if they're down, who's going to be throwing it. You can get this in garbage time on one pass. I knew who you meant. Michael B. Have a good day. Mike's out of here. Desert says Colorado. The best thing going on in Colorado. But I mean, you think they're the best team in college football? I mean, it's a great talking point because it's Deion, and it's like, hey, it's Deion Sanders. I mean, but other than that, come on. This is the problem. Here, you want a little mini rant from me, Des? I'm going to take you off so it doesn't look like I'm lecturing on Colorado. I saw some clown. It was like retweeted by somebody else, and the person was like, this is why Deion's changing football. And I don't know if it was like tongue-in-cheek kind of stuff, but it was like some young 20-something, typical, like a person who just found like sports betting and, whatever kind of, I don't want to make fun of people, but look at this. He's pumping the Colorado, the Oregon fight song, and it's loud in practice. I'm thinking to myself, that stuff was done like high school in the 80s. Like, by the way, have you ever seen the 30 for 30 with Miami when they're playing Florida State in Miami, and Ed Reed's saying he just played the chant over and over, the tomahawk. I mean, like, people who don't know anything about football or betting getting wrapped up into Colorado when they're gonna allow 50-something points this week and next week. Back-to-back, the back-to-back weeks are give up 100 points or more. The guy's got some work to do. He's got zero depth on his team. TCU ran for 7 yards a carry. Colorado State was throwing for 400 yards versus him. And oh, by the way, here comes Oregon. Yeah. Come on. Oh, that's hilarious. I mean, and I like Deion, but oh my goodness. T-Money, I'm thinking Georgia is still top dog at college. Notre Dame looks good. Let me see Notre Dame beat Ohio State before I give them any credit. Because they always have trouble with real football teams that have, again, talent all over the place. And Georgia, I need a little more out of Georgia. See how this young quarterback is. Texas, really? Yes, I can see that, but I still believe in Texas. Bama needs a QB, but Georgia should go ahead and win another championship. Texas, they were right there last year. They've got the big win this year on the road. I mean, I don't know if Bama needs a QB. The kid wasn't terrible. I mean, like, you play. I don't understand. Like, you lose a game and the quarterback's trash. Before that, the guy had 3 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns in like a quarter and a half. Now, for whatever reason, they sat him last week, and he didn't come in, which, Jesse said, you know what, maybe the guy he had, like, they kept him out for a reason. Maybe he broke some team rules or whatever. Like, they didn't even put him in. Now, do I think Bama should have been favored by 15 out of the gate like they were? No. Do I think they should be favored by 7? No. Is this like a Bama 10-point probably win here right around there? Probably. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. But again, if you're talking about the Bama quarterback, I don't know how you're talking about Georgia breaking a new guy themselves as well. And as long as I got you up here, T-Money, let's talk about some Padre baseball. Best hitter on your team. Well, Campuzzo's got 47 at-bats. Xander's hitting 283. 19 homers, 53 ribbies, 102 strikeouts, 18 stolen bases. Not terrible. Soto, 267. Again, this guy's just giving up, trying to get contact. 32 homers, 100 ribbies, 126 walks, 123 Ks. Kim's having a nice year. 17 homers, 58. 70 walks, 36 steals, 116 strikeouts, though. Tatis is hitting 260 in limited time, 25.77. Cooper, 16.59. Machado, I got 248 from Machado. The strikeout, I mean, they just strike out way too much. 49 walks, 104 strikeouts. I mean, everybody's a 2-to-1 strikeout guy. Cronenworth, 46.97. Grisham, 71.151. I mean, it's a problem. It's a problem when you get guys up there and you can't score runs. Believe me, I've had the Padres multiple times on run lines. Bases loaded, 1 out, they can't get a run. Can't get a sac fly, double play, strikeout, ground out. The whole team, 2-to-1 strikeout, 7-14, 54-102, 11-19. Machado's the only guy, 126, 123, 71-16, 50-133, 27-127. I mean, everyone. Case. I mean, as good as Snell is, the guy's got 100 walks, 220 strikeouts. Guy walks the guy every inning. Nathan's in the house. Pass on this morning's MLB. No harm in that. No harm passing in end of September baseball. Eric says Titans, Falcons, Bolts, money line. I mean, you could go 3-0 or 0-3 here. Desmond, I like Alabama by 10 against Ole Miss. That's about right. So Moose is in the house. You know, Jesse, for both of you guys, I'm going to smash the like button. There you go, Tommy. David, how are you today? Nice 3-team parlay. San Fran -10, over 44 in Coastal. Looks good to me. So Moose, Sean, what's your prediction on the final score of the Frisco game tonight? I want to say it's like 37-13 or something. I think Frisco scores. I mean, I got the team total over 27.5 here. James is in the house. Hello. Randy says, what about Monday night Tampa and the under tees? Let's get to some NFL action. Tampa and the under. You want to bust that puppy up? If you watch Look Ahead Lines, Randy, I said take Tampa plus the 7. Why wouldn't you grab the 7 but we're waiting and you get Tampa now at a 5 spot? Yikes. It's a 5. And you want to tease the under. So you want to jump this puppy up over to the 50 mark. I don't hate it. I do not hate it. Mike Efson has thoughts on early game. Angels, Rays, Canning, Eflin. Have to be Rays run line. Rays run line for me. Nathan, I'll take Atlanta minus the 1.5 today on the run line. The Braves. I mean, again, I'm taking Brave action. Probably an over as well. Taking an over and well in this one. Jake Irvin for the Nats. T-Money. Colorado's the biggest story potentially ever. Depending how things pan out. Maybe it's a generation thing, but I get why people are so nuts. The biggest thing ever? How is this the biggest thing ever? I mean, T-Money, you think this team's winning a championship? First of all, they're not a 500 team. I get the hype. It's Dion. And I like Dion. And if you see him coaching, he has other guys doing the coaching. He's the guy who is personality, coach, motivator, gets people in there. Is he an X and O's guy? And this is not a knock on him. I prefer a leader who has good people around him. That's what makes you strong, when you have good people around you. They have zero depth. These are 100-man rosters, and they have 40, maybe half of the amount of guys they need to impact a team like Oregon or USC or Washington or Oregon State or Washington State or UCLA. How it pans out. How's it going to pan out when he loses by a combined 100 points the next 2 weeks? Come on, man. Stop it, T-Money. Could Georgia State win straight up? Yes. Desmond says yes to something. I don't know what he's saying yes to, but he's saying something else. Ole Miss money line plus 210, right? Pen is out, J-Rock. J-Rock, Ole Miss plus 210. The pen. It's a nice pen. United Healthcare. I don't know. It's nice. A little chubby pen. Fits in my fingers. I like it. Desert says, I'm laying 550 on Colorado plus the 21 versus the Ducks. I mean, how much you have on them last week, Desmond? Would they cost you last week? Everything you had on them the first 2 weeks, probably? Eric says Niners minus 13 plus 125. Yes. T-Money, Padres are one of the biggest run differentials. That's all we need to know about them. Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous. Not a good baseball managers out there anymore. I would get a new manager and run it once more. Well, the fact they didn't trade anybody said they're going to run it, or at least try to. Because you didn't trade Snell, even though he's a free agent. Hader's a free agent. You could have traded Soto and got some guys back in your farm system. Is it the manager's fault that you got a bunch of guys who strike out? Like, how is it Boone's fault on the Yankees that you have everybody striking out? And again, this goes back to this new, strikeouts, who cares if guys strike out? Well, it's a big thing when a guy strikes out when if he had a sac fly, you'd score a run. How many games would the Padres have won if they could get one more run off of a sac fly? I mean, forget about just tying a game up or taking a lead. I mean, you take a lead in the game, it changes the entire complexion of a game. But the fact that you can't hit a sac fly to tie a game, a sac fly to take a lead in a game, or advance a runner by just grounding out to the other guys on second, you hit to the second baseman, he advances to third with one out. But no, you're going to strike out, and the guy's sitting at second. He's at second with 2 outs instead of being at third with 1 out. I mean, come on. But again, we got a bunch. Nobody's ever responsible for being crap in their lives. Nobody's ever responsible for striking out. No. The truth says the Lions minus the 3 here. The line has come down. Lion injury concerns. But the truth, I'm with you. I don't know if I could take the Falcons on the road with a young quarterback. I mean, have you seen that much out of them and you trust them on a road spot? J-Rock says, NFL prop, I'm getting attention. Breed over 11.5 receiving yards. I don't hate it because I think we're going to see some scoring in this game. So, yes, take it. T-Money, you got to give Colorado 3 to 4 seasons. I don't know why you don't get it. Okay. I'm not. You're talking this year, T-Money. Everybody in this chat they're beating Oregon. This is a great team. No, I mean, you've heard me say this multiple times. He has to get players in there. Maybe next year they win 8 or 9 games. They're not a playoff team yet. Yeah, okay, yeah, down the road. But you're not saying down the road. You're talking right now. Like, this is the biggest story. I mean, biggest story. They're going to get trucked by 50 this week. I mean, now you're talking 2 different things. Because I've said he stays there and he gets recruits in there. Yes, that's how you build things. That's why Alabama and Georgia and Ohio State and Michigan and Oregon, USC, these guys just pump out NFL players. I bet Oklahoma last week plus $40. The Sooners. Who did they play? SMU? Stop Gio. Higgs, 12-leg parlay. NFL all games have a safety. No, minus 120. I mean, neither are a genius. Maybe both. Minus 120. I mean, hey, I guess you could 120 to win 100. I guess it's worth it. Oh, man. I'll take the pen out on myself on this one, Gio. Like, you bet this tonight. The Giants are going to go back for like a punt, or San Fran. There'll be a punt safety tonight. Like, somebody steps on the back of the end zone. Something ridiculous. There we go. That's my prediction after seeing this. There'll be not only a safety, it'll be a punt safety. The guy kicks the back of the line out of the back of the end zone. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Team, I'm talking in a general, not just this year, about Colorado. It's a huge story. They can barely win 1 game now. He does all kinds of stuff we've never seen ever. Here we go. We've never seen this ever. We've never seen a team win before, I guess. Team Money, come on, man. I mean, come back to earth here. They were terrible. Yes. Their win total was 5. He came, it dropped to 3. Guys who know rosters, who know other guys' rosters. I mean, this year is going to be a bad year. Next year will be a little better year. I mean, can we see what happens? I mean, obviously, I saw the video, like he's told his kids, like, hey, we're staying. You're not going to NFL next year. And I don't think he should go to the NFL next year, especially if his dad wants to build some kind of program. His son should stay another year. And is it true that Brady told him to, like, get out? I mean, the kid's rolling around in a Rolls Royce. I mean, like, yeah, that's a problem. I mean, stops you. Think of me when the safety happens in the first quarter. If the safety happens, again, we're at the 50-minute mark here. That'll be some good stuff. Good stuff. I should throw that in a poll. Gio says no safety any game -120, and Higgs is on a safety right here on a Thursday night game. Desmond says Colorado, Oregon. Okay, I'll bet the over then. Yeah, well, Oregon's going to score 50-something. I mean, they're going over by themselves. J-Rock. Jedfish took Arizona from 111 to 5-7. Now 2-1. Yeah, we never see the program turn around. Exactly. Look at this. Yeah, Brady's saying that. Yeah, I mean, surprised they haven't tried to cancel him for talking bad about Deion Sanders. Oh, because Deion is, I mean, this is ridiculous. All right, he's pretty good. I mean, here's the thing, Bill. I thought, Josh Fields was supposed to be pretty good. All these guys are supposed to be pretty good. College is one thing. Putting up numbers in college, we could run down, right? I mean, just guys, recent guys in the 2000s, guys in the 90s, 80s. A whole lot of guys are great in college and do absolutely nada in the NFL. Have a great college career. Stay another year, build so much your own man. I get it. We could bet a hat Colorado beats either USC or Oregon. They're not. Yeah. Penn is out to you, money. Colorado beats Oregon or USC. I think they lose by a combined 100 points to both of these teams. Short of a blizzard when USC shows up next week. That guy's throwing for 5 or 6 touchdown passes against that defense. He might have 5 touchdown passes in the first half. Colorado's going to be like, oh, we could play this kind of football. They are going to get run out of the building. They can't stop the run. They can't stop the pass. Yeah, Penn's getting a whole lot of work today. I mean, we got T-Money saying they're going to beat either Oregon or USC. J-Rock with the Mississippi outright win. Get the Penn out. Holy cow. And like I love that we don't talk about Bama or Georgia or Ohio State or Notre Dame or the same ridiculous nonsense on ESPN or freaking LeBron James being a steroid user. Great. Give us another story. But every channel on Deion, I mean, come on. Bet a hat. It's my bet. I will take it. Yankees cap. Why would you want a Yankees cap? That's terrible. Would you have a toilet bowl to poop in at your house? You want a Yankee hat? Terrible Yankees. Ay. All right. I'm rolling out of here. Good luck to your plays tonight. Oh, we got more comments. We'll keep going. I'll be on Ole Miss beating Alabama as well. Bama struggled against USF. Yes, they did with their second and third string quarterbacks going. That's good. You got some great let's go right off what we saw last game. If you're going off what you just saw right there, how the heck are you taking Colorado this week when they gave up 400 yards to Colorado State, who gave up 400 yards to Washington State and had like 100 yards against them. And here comes Oregon. T-Money, you come in with your money line dogs, which I love, and then you come in with ridiculous stuff like this sometimes. Are you all right today? J-Rock, Colorado's losing to USC, Oregon, UCLA, Oregon State, Arizona, Washington State, and Utah. I mean, seriously. Oh, man. Florida State at Clemson. Florida State. ESPN. I don't even watch ESPN. Yeah, you like the Yankee cap? It's terrible, the Yanks. What is their game plan going in next year? We're going to run it back. We're good. As long as everybody stays healthy. Someone put on Twitter, was like, hey, all Kyler Miller has to do is like stay healthy. He's good. Yeah. Well, all Josh Rosen had to do was like not be bad, and they wouldn't even draft Kyler Miller. Like stay healthy. Is that all you got to do? That's the problem. Guys don't stay healthy. That's why we say that. Georgia State tonight plus 6.5. San Fran team total over 27.5. Back on a football Friday. Good luck to everyone. J-Rock's coming in with a comment. Yanks don't listen to Higgs and overpaid for Judge. I'm telling you. I don't know why they want to listen to me. What do you got here? You got him. You got Stanton. You got LeMahieu, Rizzo. 4 guys are retiring Yankees. Taking $200 million with them. And I say that. I know the one contract's $400, but I'm just talking $40 million a year, whatever they get. 40, $100 million each season to 4 of those guys. Ridiculous. Yeah. How you blowing it up? It's not happening. They're not the Mets where they could say, hey, Verlander, I'll pay Verlander salary next year because he's still a serviceable pitcher and give me a decent minor leaguer. No one's giving you a decent minor leaguer for Stanton. So you're eating that contract. Nobody's giving you a minor leaguer for LeMahieu or Rizzo, or maybe you get something for Judge if you pay his whole contract. Maybe. Listen, you want to hold on to Judge, I get. The other guys, it's done. They're done for the next couple of years. That's a great show. Have a good one. Thursday Night Football Niners. Let's go, Desmond. Have a good one, everybody. I'm out of here.